is
Stevie.
Hey.
Salutations, friends. It's your pal, said Stevie, and you've already seen the thumbnail, so you know what we're getting into today. This is something I have been waiting on for quite some time. This has also just been in limbo for the last week or so. A little beat up on the box, but I don't expect the contents to be affected. There's a shit ton of tape on it, so I am going to use my well-used and abused McNeese Mac 2 that I've been carrying quite an awful lot as of late. This is a knife that as soon as brother Shane Edgy American Blades said he was making knives, I said, sign me up, mofo, and sign me up for something big. Oh, it's already cut. I don't need that. This comes wrapped up in a bunch of styrofoam, and oh yeah. All right, so look at that big bad mammoth jamma. Also, this was actually shipped to me by Kyle of Klingenworks Quality Sharpening. I'll let you guys take a snapshot of that if you want to get in touch with Kyle. A link for his Instagram is also in the description of every video that I got posted. But yeah, so this was made by Edgy American Blades, fresh from Lungbone Apparel. And I was considering making this a chillin' for my homie video, but I'm too giddy and I just want to get into it. This coffee is way blacker than my soul, and that's gonna give my chest hair some perm. But it's so good. Made by Edgy American Blade Works, heat treated by Brian Kim of Transparent Knives, Sheath made by Lancelot Leather. See the little maker's mark there? Maker's mark. And sharpened by Klingenworks Quality Sharpening. So lots of hands touch this knife. And I just want to get into it, and then I'll talk about it more. But this is a custom-made sheath by Joe. Originally, we were talking about making this a dangler pouch. It's just too dang big of a knife to really make sense to carry. So we put this strap on here, and this is going to be affixed to my backpack if I ever need it. So custom sheath by Joe, and I've seen pictures of it already, but this is what I'm calling the Edgy American Blades B.F.K.
Uh-oh!
The big fucking camp knife. Holy moly. This is exactly what I was looking for. Yes. For some quick size comparisons, here it is up against the McNeese. This is done in crew wear at 65 HRC. It is a this thing is a behemoth, very, very awesome camp knife. Let's get some measurements of this real quick. I'm going to start at the 1, go to the very 13-inch overall. We got a cutting edge of 7 inches. The tip to, that's a 8.5-inch blade, cutting length of about 7 inches. I also brought my scale. Let's see how much it weighs. Let's see how much this bad mamma jamma weighs. Weighs a full pound.
Fuck me. Just look at the size of it.
A full pound. Yes, big, bad, beefy mofo. This is one of the first knives that Shane made. And if you guys are looking at this for refinement, look to his newer stuff now. He's 10 times the knife maker he was when he set out making this. This is intended to be a very crude, beat the shit out of, never have to worry about another badass knife, camping knife, ever again. This is not going to be, I don't care, I want it to get beat up. And so it is a little rough. He has said that 1,000 times over. Stevie, please don't judge me. It was early on, and I'm not. This is exactly what I wanted. It does have different scale material on it than I had originally picked out. That's because, and I actually picked out the scale material at Blade Show in Atlanta back in June while walking with Shane. And originally these were going to be bolt-on scales. Disaster happened. He fucked up the... It's the only time he's going to try... it's the only time he attempted to do screws on this, and he abandoned that idea. We went with pins, and I picked out this jute micarta. And he said he loves it, but he said this was like the hardest material to work with. Loves it, but I actually had him send the scraps over to Mitten State EDC, Brian F., and he made me a ferro rod, a awl, and a little dab tool out of the scrap. And this was, the sheath was originally also going to have like a side saddle for a ferro rod, but using a ferro rod this size with a knife this size probably isn't the best deal anyway. And I didn't want to hold this up anymore, so I will be getting another bigger badass ferro rod from Mitten State EDC. One of my fellow, along with Joe, EDC Roundtable brothers. But yeah, it's got the same micarta. This is jute, black jute micarta. So you can see they use the, you know, there's some finer grain in there, you can see. But I absolutely love this thing. Yeah, I'm calling this, Shane didn't have a name for it. I'm calling it the B.F.C.K, the big fucking camp knife. Or I guess it could be the B.A.C.K, the big ass camp knife. Either way, it is exactly what that is. And you know what? I'm going to pause for a brief second. I'll be right back. So a little while ago, maybe you guys saw my video of when I fucked around and found out that batoning with a Mordax is not a good idea. Well, look at that. I can baton the shit out of some wood with this, with the general profile, blade profile of a Mordax. I don't know that he intended to do that. We didn't talk about that. I just said I want a big beefy drop point. And after he got done making it, I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what it is. So I can't wait to fuck around and find out with this knife and doing some batoning on that. It's 65 HRC. I have a feeling it's not going to be a big deal at all, but it feels really good in hand. Yeah, this is just a big ol' chunky. I don't remember what the blade stock on it was. I'm not going to bother measuring, but it's thick, with 2 C's. And Joe also left some leather for a bead on there. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on here. I should have talked to Brian about making me a, oh gosh, you know what? Pause again. So I don't necessarily need a bead on this, but I got, this is one that Jack's Lungs made. I got a Nuck made out of the same material from Jake. And these are a couple of chromatic EDC beads. Also, fellow roundtable vendors, I do carry a chromatic EDC. This is a Kenworth Fordite glow resin bead that he made on my EDC fixie. But when Brian made all these, I forgot that he also included this little bead made out of chromatic EDC's glow material with that. And I bet I could take that off there, and if I wanted to put a bead on there, I could fish that through and have a matching bead. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know yet, but I got options. A bead might actually also be a pain in the ass on that, and maybe I'll just keep it with leather, but I did have him put a lanyard hole on it. So check out the sheath again. Yeah, it fits in there nice and snug. It's got a good retention. That ain't going nowhere. Joe fit that perfectly. Joe fit that absolutely perfectly. Look how badass that sheath is, dude. Dude, this thing is wicked. And yeah, it'll get, like I said, I got Molly straps on my backpack that I will put that on. We went with, he had to hand stitch all this. Or no. He said the leather was so thick, I think he used his machine for this. Either way, this is a badass sheath. Nice. Yeah, everything is nice and snug on here. Exactly the way you're going to need it. This thing is going to fit in, or stay put. No problem. And then, yeah, this is, so my McNeese has a edge that I've maintained from Kyle for a while. One of the sharpest knives I own. He actually had to reprofile this. The grind was a little wonky. This is a V1, but Kyle has also sharpened one of my Grazioso, my Manganas Kaiser Grazioso. But this is, whoo, that is a toothy edge. I'm almost scared to, oh yeah, that's hair popping. I bet you it'll, let's see here. Can't even fit it in frame here. Oh, it just glides through that. Just glides right through that, as it should. And I got a little bit of cardboard here, I guess I could test it on. It's thick. It's thick. But it just sliced, super clean through that. Through tape and packaging material. But the real test is going to be, oh look at it, it's fucking up my, my work mat. But the real test is going to be to put this to use and see how it performs. I will absolutely, positively, always shill for the homies.
Shilling for my homies.
That being said, they get real world feedback as well. If, I'm going to, look, you guys know, I'm not a bushcrafting guy by any means. But now I have something I can do some bushcrafting with. Some heavier stuff. Look, if I'm going to split wood for campfire or something, I'm going to have an axe or a hatchet with me. I'm not usually going to use a knife. But I want to know that I have a knife that's capable of doing all that. So we're going to put it through some paces. I have an idea for some video that I want to make. Some outdoorsy kind of cooking campfire type video. Might try to get some of the local homies together and go out to one of the spots and do like an early morning breakfast cook. Bring some cast iron and cook over a fire. Use this to split some wood. Use this to do some food prep and whatnot. And we're going to see how it does. And I have no doubt that this is going to hold up to expectation. But, like I said, whether it's Joe, Lancelot Leather, whether it's Chromatic EDC, whether it's Mitten State EDC, whether it's Jack's Lungs, whether it's any of the homies, like I said, don't mistake my shillin' for kindness. Constructive criticism is always something I'm going to give back, and they're held to a higher standard almost. So, absolutely zero nitpicks from me on the fit and finish. Yes, this is rough. Absolutely. Again, early knife making. Look at what Shane's cranking out now. Joe, Lancelot Leather has probably handled, Joe and Kyle have handled more edgy American blades than anyone else, and they've all said how far Shane has come. And if you watch any of Shane's lives that he does from his shop, and he'll absolutely, everybody will be linked, but Shane will be linked, Edgy American Blades will be linked. If you catch him on one of his lives, you can see how much he's progressed in his knife making, and he's only been doing it for 6 months. Now, not only is he's getting a new grinder, he recently got a heat treat oven, so he's doing all his own heat treats now. He's not sending them off anymore. Although this was, like I said, this was heat treated by Brian of Transparent Knives. Shout out to that goofy mofo. But he's doing everything in-house now. He's starting to mess around with making his own scales and everything. And he's becoming a full-fledged knife maker. This was, I wanted something from the get-go. I'm also getting stuff from him again. I have one of his thugs on order. I believe it's going to be one of the Nitro V thugs. But don't know the scale material or anything yet. But the stuff that he's been cranking out as of lately is head and shoulders above this. Head and shoulders above this. But I wanted something early on. I think he said I was one of the first or second people to give him a down payment on making this for me. I knew as soon as he said, "Hey Stevie, I'm going to do it," I said, I want in. Shane is one of my closest homies, full-on brother, and I wanted to support him. So I said, sign me up right away. And so I'm going to be able to compare his work. And so for all of you out there that want to judge and nitpick, rightfully so. Rightfully so. This knife is crude. I ain't gonna lie. This knife is absolutely crude. It's not bad, and I still think I absolutely got my money. I don't remember what I paid for it. A couple $100, for sure. I'm sure he undercharged me, being early on, not knowing his worth and not knowing what he was doing. I'm sure that. This is gonna throw. Let me. God, I don't want to do it. I'm going to pause again real quick. I forgot I have a fire steel, or a ferro rod right here. I'm going to do it off camera because I don't want to throw sparks into the camera, but see if the sound will pick it up. Gotta get the... Oh, Jesus, yeah. This is... Can you hear that? Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. The spine of that is going to throw many a spark with a ferro rod, for sure. But yeah, see where I was striking it? And that's the kind of use I want out of this knife. Sorry, I was off on a tangent. I don't know where I left off before I decided to throw some sparks. Last time I threw some sparks with one of Brian's ferro rods, I burnt my computer keyboard. So learned from my lesson there. But yeah, look, this knife makes me all sorts of happy. You guys can't see because it's facing down, but this guy right here, this mofo's cheesing hard. This really brings a smile to my face, knowing one, Shane set out to do something, and he said he was going to do it, and he's doing it. And he takes a lot of pride in doing that. And got a lot of support from the community so far. And I absolutely, positively will continue to support Shane, unless he does something really bad to piss me off. Then I won't be supporting Shane. No, I highly doubt that's going to happen. If he hasn't pissed me off yet, or no, he has pissed me off, but nothing to violate the friendship. I'm going to continue to support him, absolutely. And then the fact that, Joe made a sheath for it, Kyle put his edge on it, and it was heat treated by Brian Kim. This is a community-involved knife. But as thankful as I am to everybody, super, super proud of the homie Edgy American Blades. You can show some support if you want to pick one of these up from Lungbone Apparel. Cole designed this knife, and it's perfect. It's a departure from what he used to have, his original one, which I do have one of his original shirts as well. But this is Edgy American. This is Edgy American right here. And I think before too long, he's going to be laser etching, I think, a portion of this logo on his blades. And yeah. And man, maybe Kyle already has. Getting Shane something like this that he can do as a card of authenticity would be really nice. But these are nice, Kyle. I was literally talking with Kyle 30 seconds before I hit record on this. I'll be reaching out to him. He was panicking a little bit with, or not panicking, but he mailed this out over a week ago, and it just went dormant for a while. And then it went back to Ohio, Cincinnati or something. Then it just showed up today. Lots of refinement coming from Shane now, which is awesome, seeing him progress. And again, I've told him this. I've been very vocal about it. Not just me. We all have been. We're really proud of the dude. Really proud of my brother Shane. And he is too. And it's given him a lot of confidence. And if you've known Shane for any bit amount of time, you know how important this is. It's been a life changer for him. And so, look at that. I love the fact that it turned out to be very similar to a Mordax. Not the exact, obviously, but you can see it's very much Mordax-ish, right? So like I said, I am going to go fuck around and find out with the Edgy American Blades big fucking camp knife. And that's all I got for you folks today. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you check out everybody in the description. Go get yourself a nice sharpening from Klingenworks, quality sharpening. Go get yourself some ferro rods or awls or dab tools from Mitten State EDC. Go get yourself some lanyard beads from Chromatic EDC, Jack's Lungs. Get some leather work from Lancelot Leather, and get in on an Edgy American Blades. Definitely hit them up. The Thug is going to be more of an EDC, and it might end up displacing for a little bit anyway. This is still near and dear to my heart too. My Keith Fixie, my Keith the Knife Freak Fixie. I just cut up some steak at a nice steakhouse last night with it. I'll put that up in there for you guys. Boom. But yeah, support the community. That's what we can all do to help out. So although this might not be official shilling with the homies, let's all shill for the homies and support each other. And yeah, if you haven't already done so, you can subscribe right there. Check out that video right there. Wow. I should edit that out, but I won't. It's this coffee, man. Look at that. I even got some settling down in the bottom. This was the bottom of the barrel. Cold brew. This is thick like mud, man. Alright. I almost prematurely juiced you. You can subscribe right here now. Check out that video. That'll be shilling for the homies, episode number 1. And until the next one, appreciate you tuning in, and I bid you mofos wadeuces. Bye-bye!